In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 financial hacks that I've implemented into my personal financial life that have made a huge difference for me financially. If you're looking for new ways to think about money or just tips and tricks to do things differently, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Whitney Morrison. I am a certified financial planner, the director of financial advice at LegalZoom, and the founder of Holistic Money Mapping, a financial system that will transform your life with money. In today's video, I want to share with you 10 financial hacks that I've implemented into my personal financial life that will help you start to think about your money just a little bit differently. My hope is that as you're watching this video, you'll get some new tips on how to think about your money differently, how to be more intentional with your spending so you can decrease your expenses, and how to become more strategic with the way you think about money so you can increase your income. Now remember, as you're watching this video, that these are tips and hacks that have worked really well in my personal financial life. And it's likely that my life looks a little bit different than your life. So feel free to take the things from this video that really serve you, but leave the things behind that don't. All right, let's get started. Financial hack number one is to stop running all of your expenses through one checking account. So there are so many times when I work with people and they have one checking account and one savings account. And here's why that's problematic. If you just have one checking account, then it's really difficult to be able to see how much money you actually have available to spend on a monthly basis, because you're constantly having to back into what your account balance is going to be after your upcoming bills have been paid. So a great hack is to open one checking account specifically for your bills and one checking account specifically for your discretionary spending. Your bills account should be completely automated and require very little maintenance from you. Make sure that you have every bill set up on autopay. For your discretionary spend account, you want to make sure that you fill that with exactly the amount of money that you plan to spend on discretionary expenses every single month. Now that brings me to financial hack number two, which is to spend down your checking accounts to zero every single month. Now, this may be a completely new idea to think about how to manage your money, but here's the reason why I love to do this. Number one is because I don't like putting a lot of extra money into my checking accounts. Checking accounts get very little return. Number two, money in my checking account is money that's available to spend. It's a psychological thing for me as well. I don't like to hold a lot of money in my checking account because then I will just spend it all. What I like to do is give myself exactly the amount of money that I want to spend, both in my discretionary account and my bills account, so I can spend both of those accounts down to zero every single month. Financial hack number three is to move to an online bank. And there are so many reasons why I love online banks, but the two top reasons are because they charge less fees and they pay higher interest rates. So online banks, because they require less overhead and less infrastructure, they're able to be more competitive in terms of their fees and their interest rates. So they don't charge you monthly account fees, ATM fees, and they also pay a much higher interest rate in their savings accounts. So you probably hear people talking about, hey, you need to make sure you have a high interest savings account. And this is exactly what they're talking about. If you're banking at a Wells Fargo or a Bank of America or any large national bank, the interest rate you're earning on your savings is likely 0.1%. Once you move to an online bank, you can start securing higher interest rates. Now, right now we're in a low interest rate environment, so you're only looking between 1% to 2% on your savings accounts. However, that's much better than 0.1%. Another reason I love online banks is because I use a multiple account strategy to manage my finances. If you haven't already, make sure to check out my money map structure explained video where I go through how to use multiple checking and savings accounts to manage your finances. Money hack number four is to begin investing with a robo-advisor. Now, if you're not familiar with what a robo-advisor is, it is a digital investing platform that allows you to invest your money on a monthly basis without you having to manage your portfolio. So the way that a robo-advisor works is you can create an account online and you can tell your robo-advisor your age and your risk tolerance, and they will build a portfolio of index funds that will match your risk tolerance. And then as time moves forward, they will also rebalance your portfolio to make sure that everything is consistent as time moves forward and as your investments grow at different paces. The reason why I love robo-advisors are because you get to have a well-diversified portfolio that matches your goals without having to spend a lot of time and money. Traditional robo-advisors charge around 0.25% of your total assets to manage your money. So it's relatively inexpensive. If you go to a financial advisor or try to do it yourself, you may end up A, losing a lot of money, and B, paying a lot more than you actually have to. Some great robo-advisors that I use are LVest, that is a robo-advice platform that is specifically tailored for women, owned and run by women. Another great one is Wealthsimple. I actually used to work at Wealthsimple. I love their product. They make investing super easy. Another robo-advisor that is really great is Charles Schwab. They actually have 0% account fees on their robo-advice platform. So there are tons of options out there for you to get investment support without paying a lot of money. My suggestion is to start investing with a robo-advisor if you haven't already. Financial hack number 5 is to lay off the booze. Yes, I mean, stop drinking. So 2 years ago, I decided to go on a 30-day alcohol cleanse. Within my first 30 days, I ended up losing 6 pounds. I saved $200 that I didn't even know that I had. And the anxiety and depression that were constantly following me around at that time finally began to lift. Now it's been 2 years and I have completely given up alcohol. And my life has transformed in so many ways, especially my financial life. By giving up alcohol, not only did I save money on the actual purchase of the alcohol, but I also saved so much time and I saved so much of my mental health. So we live in a society that is constantly romanticizing alcohol and glorifying alcohol. But the truth is that alcohol allows you to escape your life. And I know that all of you don't have the same relationship with alcohol that I had. But I just know that the more conscious you are, the more awake you are, the more present you are with your life and with your finances, the more successful and more alive you are going to feel and you're going to be. So truly, I consider giving up drinking one of the best financial decisions I've ever made. And just wanted to give you a counterculture approach to think about not only your life, but also your finances. Financial hack number 6 is to house hack. And I know you've probably heard this 100 times before, but I promise you, I don't know if I will ever not house hack. It's just way too easy. I love being able to generate income without having to do a lot of work, and house hacking really affords you that. So there are several different ways to house hack. You can get a roommate. You can section off one bedroom in your house as an Airbnb room. You can rent out your house when you travel. For me, house hacking has afforded Craig and I the opportunity to travel without having to spend much money because we're renting out our house and making money while we're gone. It's allowed us to reduce our mortgage by almost $1,000 a month because of the extra income that we're making on our Airbnb room. There is so much opportunity in house hacking. And you know what else I really love about house hacking? I love having new people in my life. And the Airbnb room that we have, although we don't engage with everyone that comes through, we do get to meet a lot of new, interesting people who are traveling to Austin for different reasons. And we get to learn about their lives. And there's something really special about being able to share your space with someone. So house hacking has been a great way for me to continue to increase my income, meet new people, and travel without having to spend a lot of money. I created a video on how to Airbnb your house. And if you haven't already, make sure to check that out. I give you tips on how to prep your house for Airbnb rentals. Financial hack number 7 is to become more intentional about the way that you think and the way that you talk about your money. So right now we're forced to be more conscious with the way that we're communicating with the outward world. If you put something online and somebody sees a blind spot, you better believe very quickly somebody's going to come through and let you know about it. And so it's very uncomfortable, right? There's a lot of us that are being forced to be outwardly conscious. What I am suggesting is that not only are we outwardly intentional and outwardly conscious, but also inwardly intentional and inwardly conscious. And the way that you want to do that is you want to become aware about the way that you talk and think about money. So if you catch yourself saying, I can't afford that, I can't do that, then guess what? The universe is going to hear you and feel you, and they're going to say, okay, great, Whitney, thanks for letting me know. What you want to do instead is you want to get clear and very intentional and specific with what it is that you're trying to create financially. Once you have that, the goal is to start living that, to start becoming that, to start moving into that person that achieves those financial goals. And in order for you to do that, it starts with the way that you think about your money and the way that you talk about your money. And not just your money, but also yourself too. So becoming intentional with your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your money will cause huge changes in your financial life. So hack number 7 is to be more intentional with the way you think and talk about your money. Financial hack number 8 is to create an external environment that supports your internal goals. And the best way that I know how to do that is to automate as much as you can and to declutter and to simplify your life. So when I'm looking specifically at finances, here are some ways that you can do this. If you find yourself with multiple credit cards or banking at multiple banks, or maybe you have a lot of different subscriptions and reoccurring account payments that you have no idea what they're for, that could be a great place to start. So simplify down to one financial institution. Simplify down to a few key accounts that have a purpose. Make sure that you are simplifying and automating as much of your financial life as possible. And then I would start to look at the other areas of your life where you're experiencing a lot of clutter and disarray. Look at your house. Get rid of all the things that you haven't used within the past year. That's a great litmus test for me. When I'm going through my closet and I'm understanding what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep, have I put this on and worn this in the past year? If the answer is no, then I get rid of it. Getting rid of clutter and things that just get in the way for you, it's going to create so much more space for you to create and to put things into your life that are in alignment with what you're working to achieve. Now, some other great ways to create an external environment to support your internal goals are to figure out, okay, what will make you do something that you wouldn't likely do on your own? So that could be an accountability buddy. That could be joining a financial course. Money Mapping Live is a great one to consider. That could be getting a job as a fitness instructor to make sure that you continue to go to the gym. Whatever you need to do to create an external environment to support your internal goals is a great way to continue to achieve financial success, because sometimes we need guardrails, we need bumpers, we need to design our life so it supports our goals. So I challenge you to think about all the ways that you can declutter, get organized, and create an external environment to support those internal goals. Financial hack number 9 is to outsource the things that you're bad at or the things that you don't enjoy doing, and focus on the things that you're good at and the things that you enjoy doing. And the way that this shows up for me in my life is, for example, with these videos. I love creating the content for these videos. I think a long time about what I want to say and what points I want to make. But when it comes to video editing, promoting these videos, that is not anything that I am good at or I want to spend my time doing. So I've decided to outsource those things to people that I trust to take care of this for me. Thank you, Cyrus. Now, there are some things that I actually really enjoy doing on my own. Like, for example, I love giving my dog haircuts. I love the process of being with her, and it's very meditative for me to give my dog a haircut. But there are some people that are like, oh, hell no, I would definitely outsource that. So I think the key is to figure out the things that you love spending your time doing and do more of them. There are a lot of financial hacks that you can take on yourself that will end up saving you a lot of money. But don't take on the financial hacks and do them yourself if you're just going to be miserable the whole time. Like, I would be totally miserable if I was having to edit all of these videos myself, or if I were having to clean my house all the time. Like, I just don't want to spend my time doing that. If you don't know how to outsource the things in your life, Like, for example, if there's something that you have going on that you've been doing, the next step for you is to find someone who's doing that thing and ask them how they're doing it. Start asking around. You'd be so surprised how clever and creative people are with outsourcing. You can find very cost-efficient ways to outsource a lot of different areas in your life. And what that will allow you to do is that will allow you to start using your time and energy on things that actually create more value, not only for yourself, but for the world. And the more value that you put out, the more value you will receive back, right? The more you give, the more you receive. So make sure that when you're thinking about your life and your life design, that you are thinking creatively about the ways that you can outsource the things that you're not good at and don't enjoy doing, and that you spend more of your time doing the things that you love and the things that you're great at. Financial hack number 10 is to ditch your budget. I don't know about you guys, but budgeting has never worked for me. I've always found budgeting restrictive, time consuming, and it's never really shown me how to use money as an actual tool in my life or how to think and interact with money. The problem with budgeting is that you have your budget over here and it lives in a spreadsheet, and then you have your life over here and you have no real way to merge and integrate the two. And the reason why is because your budget isn't holistic and it's not comprehensive. And also your budget is much more complex than I think that it actually needs to be. The way that I choose to manage my money is through a system called money mapping. And money mapping is simplified. So instead of having 10 or 15 different spending categories, you only actually have to manage 2. Money mapping is organized. So you organize your accounts to actually match your spending categories. And money mapping is also automated. So you create direct deposits and an automatic flow for your money to match the accounts that you create. Now, money mapping is something that has completely changed my life with money, and it is something that I've used with thousands of individuals. If you're interested in learning more about money mapping, then make sure to visit my site, holistic-money.com. You can sign up for my email list, and also you can download my money mapping workbook, which is a great beginner's guide to getting your money map set up. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed the 10 hacks that I've implemented into my life to transform my life with money. I hope you found some of it useful. If you did, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. It really helps my channel out. Once again, my name is Whitney Morrison, and I am so thankful you're here. I put out new videos every Monday, and I hope to see you soon.